Imagine you're just enjoying your day, sipping a nice mug of hot chocolate and sitting at your window. Then all of a sudden you notice the sky starts to change color. Ash is falling from the sky, buildings are swept away in the distance, and you're left sitting there with your mouth wide open. What you just witnessed was the eruption of Mount St. Helens on May 18th, 1980. This eruption caused a huge landslide and 57 people lost their lives. It caused rivers and lakes to change their paths, forests were destroyed, and some lakes were filled with sediments. So, you might be wondering, how are volcanoes connected to environmental science? Well, there are two reasons for this case: the formation of volcanoes and ecological succession. Let's start with the formation. Volcanoes form when two tectonic plates either come together or they pull apart. These would be called convergent and divergent boundaries. Mount St. Helens was formed by a convergent boundary, where one oceanic plate forced its way under the North American plate. This is called a subduction zone, which would cause earthquakes, tsunamis, and of course, the formation of volcanoes. That is one way Mount St. Helens is connected to environmental science. However, there is another incredible case with Mount St. Helens, and it's not about the formation of it. After Mount St. Helens erupted, it obviously did great damage to the environment, with forests wiped out 17 miles from the eruption. But even just a few weeks after the eruption, there were signs of life and animals appearing again. So how is it that Mount St. Helens recovered so quickly after the eruption? Well, this is because of ecological succession. This is when a place transforms over time, and there are two types of succession: primary and secondary. Primary succession involves the creation of new rocks and a buildup of life starting from nothing. Secondary succession happens when there's a disturbance to the community, and succession has to begin again, but it builds off of the old soil and nutrients. Mount St. Helens is an example of secondary succession. The disturbance of the community was the volcanic eruption, but it was able to recover due to its old nutrients packed into the soil. Winds also helped bring seeds into the area, which attracted other organisms. One other way it was able to recover so fast was due to many scientists' ideas to bring gophers to the mountain and have them burrow into the ground. They theorized that this would result in the gophers digging up fungi and soil nutrients and bringing it to the surface. They ended up being correct about this, and to this day you can see the impact this had. It's pretty amazing how Mount St. Helens was able to recover so quickly.